I think that feels like a nice package there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those phones light up. It's Felger and Maz on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
There's nothing that shows me they're going to sell, like with their setup right now. I don't think Breslow is inclined to sell. He wants to keep his job and try to prove that this team can make the playoffs.
What if he doesn't keep his job?
Oh, if he doesn't make it to the deadline?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised by that at this point. They bring somebody in within the next 7 weeks. Oh, you did the thing. You just did the thing.
Did you hear something, Jared, with Mr. Henry in New York for the series?
You did the face.
Speak up.
Wham!
I don't know what you mean. By the way, John Henry was only in New York because it's family's weekend.
So that's Jared Carabas and our guy Milliken, Section 10 podcast over the weekend?
Sunday night.
Sunday night, where Carabas sort of hints, well, what if he doesn't make it to the deadline? So would that be enough for then Tim Healy or the Globe to say, it's Tuesday, right? There's a Monday night, overnight Tuesday. Say, no, he's not going anywhere, like that sort of thing?
100% yes.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what that is?
Yeah, and there's been even speculation about Breslow leading into that. So
what do you mean?
Leading into what Jared said. There's been some speculation about him for a little while now. And so, as to really just are they going to let him run the deadline? And I think that they are going to, but someone's going to be looking over his shoulder.
So no.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, but the point is they're not going to fire him. I don't think they'll fire him yet.
Okay, so.
They're a mess. They are a mess. They are a complete mess. And that's why that second comment, or maybe it was the first one from Olney, I don't remember. But the comment from Olney where he says there are a lot of unhappy people in that organization. Absolutely, yes. They're a freaking clown show. Look at the clown show they are. Like, again, Breslow doesn't communicate with anybody. They fired Alex Cora. There were a lot of people loyal to Cora in the organization. He did have, credibility around the game. And so people around the game looked at him and go, what the hell are you getting rid from him for? He's the only one that has a clue. So, they are as bad as I've ever seen them. Worse. This is as bad as I can remember it ever being.
617-779-0985. Dalton is in Dedham. Yes, Dalton.
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Good.
Hey, can we change that thing in the background that Craig Breslow is Craig Breslow because he's that freaking bad? And, guys, I don't know how the Red Sox can consider letting him actually be involved in this trade deadline. You see what he did with Devers. Everyone thought he looked like a genius because the team turned around. And then he ends up trading away probably Kyle Harrison, I think he's got a $1.85 ERA right now.
Not after last night, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm just saying, but hear me out here. But so why don't we actually give a guy that gives a crap about this organization? And we all know who we're talking about. He's the only guy that's came out and said he's disappointed with the situation. Fire him and bring in the guy we all know we want back, and he actually knows how to
who's that?
See the city. Oh, come on. You know who he is.
Say it.
You know
Theo? I don't like playing games. You talking about Theo Epstein?
He means Theo.
Okay.
He's not coming back.
Theo doesn't want it. He don't want it.
He's not coming back.
If he wanted it, he'd be in it.
Yep.
He'd be doing it. That'd be already a done deal. So he don't want to do it. So, Maz, you're saying that the rationale that some internally over there are, using to say, no, we should keep Breslow is we've got to stop the revolving door here.
Yeah.
We've got to provide some stability.
Yeah.
Well, what if the guy that they have is incompetent? I mean,
okay.
that isn't the, if I were in that camp, that we have to have some stability, we have to stick with something. We can't just having a revolving door of these guys. My solution would be, the next guy we hire we mean it. We're not going to fire the next guy. We're going to fire this Steph, but the next guy ends the revolving door, and I promise we're going to stick by it. That's what I would do.
Right, but I sort of felt that way after the last guy, right? And so, but your point's a good one. I get it. So you're going to keep a guy that you think sucks just for the sake of stability?
I mean, that's
right. So, then the obvious question for me is, well, yeah, if the next guy's going to be like this guy, if you're going to hire another 38-year-old or 42-year-old who has no experience, on running an organization, to right down to the point where he's never done any sort of big, with Breslow, he had never done a big contract negotiation for someone like Alex Bregman or made a big trade for someone like Garrett Crochet. Now, if they're serious about hiring someone who has some sort of experience and some balls and is willing to make a bold move and not be afraid about what they're giving up in the trade, and would have traded Jaron Duran 2 years ago or something of the like, then yes, get rid of Breslow. I don't think they're going to get that kind of guy. And this is the other part of the story. Who wants to work here? Who? They had to go a dozen candidates deep last time, and then even then they had to hire a guy that they wanted to bring in to run their pitching, not to run their baseball operation. Breslow got the job because there was no one else.
Okay, so who do you think, what are the two organizations they deem a model for them right now?
Dodgers.
Tampa.
No, not the Dodgers.
Oh, they
want to spend $600 million on payroll between...
No. But the Dodgers farm system is still excellent. So they want to spend more than Tampa.
Murray's right.
Yeah.
They want to be Tampa or Milwaukee.
But none of those guys have experience that you're going to hire.
The guys that run Tampa and Milwaukee?
No. I mean, guys who are under the people that are running those.
No, you hire the guy like the Mets did. The Mets hired David Stern, which was the original gold standard Brewer nerd. And now they're just as good without him, because they got smart people running there. So you take the next guy off the top of the masthead, not the number two.
Okay.
You take the number one with money, with the oldest reason in the book.
Okay, so that...
And a chance to win at a high level versus just winning a bunch of regular season games.
So that makes a little bit more sense, but a lot of those guys are under contract, right?
So?
Okay, so you're going to have
the Dodgers got Friedman.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I don't know if his contract was up or not, but those contracts are signed are made to be broken.
Yep.
You can buy them out. There's just things to do.
Okay.
I
don't disagree with you on that.
The Mets, I think, tried to model it with David Stern, who, and they do the same thing the Dodgers do. They spend big on the major league level, but they have a system and a big-time nerd in charge. Hasn't worked there like it has in L.A., but I bet you that would be their kind of model. So you hired the top Tampa guy, the top Milwaukee guy, not their second, the top guy, lure him away with money, and the chance to not just, do a bunch of small market stuff, but you get to dabble in the big market and actually win something at the end of the day.
So look, I could see them trying to do that. I also think there's a different element that comes in play about that sort of system working in a market like Boston. It's just harder. It just is.
Well, you get to dabble in free agency, too.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like the Red Sox don't really even want to do that anymore. So, and I said the Dodgers because originally their goal was, look at the Dodgers. They signed free agents, but they keep pumping guys out in their minor league system. And, we could be something more like that and do it for less.
They also have a massive, massive payroll.
Yeah. No. They're not
big, risky contracts that the Sox don't want to do.
No, they're not going to do those. No. I meant more from an organizational development standpoint.
Meanwhile, is Marcelo Mayer on the block? I want to get to this part of the story, and we'll do it right after these words.
Now, more of Felger and Maz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
And the Red Sox need to start seeing Marcelo Mayer hitting the ball hard. He's had a very tough time with Major League pitching. 57 games, only 8 extra base hits. 2-1 swinging a high fly ball. He torches this one to right field. Back, and that ball's gone. It's out of here. Marcelo Mayer with his 3rd home run of the season. Just talking about he needs to hit the ball harder, and on cue, he destroys that one.
Well, I tell you, that just looked different. And, and one of the things with Marcelo lately has been in and out of his swing, like kind of pulling off the baseball. Kind of see it with Abreu versus righties, and against lefties, he stays in there. Well, he does off this lefty. He stays in there, and he hits that hanging breaking ball. He hits it a long way, driving the ball, which is something we haven't really seen from him now in a long time.
Marcelo Mayer with the Red Sox only offense last night. Home run left on left, yeah?
Yeah, it was a meatball.
Maz?
No. It was a meatball.
So?
So it's in the middle part of the plate.
Was he hitting meatballs this year?
No, but any lefty can hit that one.
Oh, my God.
His problem with lefties is the ball that's down and away. He can't lay off of it. That one was a big fat one in the middle in.
You still under the impression this stiff is going to turn into something?
Yeah, I don't have to come down off a take unless it's proven wrong.
Oh, so that's why you give me
Yeah, of course. It's all about your take. Hell yeah. Of course. It's too early to write him off.
Yeah, I mean, So
and I'm gonna wait till the very last bit of evidence is in. Go ahead.
This one went up my ass a little bit last night. Like, oh, yeah. Yeah, what do you think now? What, because he hit one freaking home run? One? It's all about freaking...
I'm sorry, Maz, what did this one do?
Went right up my ass. Go
This
ahead.
is brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. In all seriousness, people shouldn't be afraid to get the help they need. And for many, store brands don't get the job done. So switch to the MVP of adult diapers, North Shore. For even the heaviest control problems, visit NorthShore.com today and focus on life, not leaks. Again, this is what has crawled up Maz's backside. Yes.
So I was trying to tee you up, if you could believe that. So the people getting geeked up about the fact that Marcelo Mayer hit a home run. Big deal. Any jackass can hit one home run. It's whether you can do it with any sort of
We have a show to
consistency.
do today, and we have to react to what just happened.
So do you realize that there were like 197 players in the big leagues who have the same, who have the threshold of plate appearances that Mayer has, 180. He ranks 188th out of like 197 in OPS, meaning he's been one of the worst offensive players, regulars, in the big leagues this year. He has sucked. He has sucked. So I'm not going to throw him a parade because he hit one freaking home run against a lefty who hung a freaking cantaloupe in the middle of the plate against him that he jacked at Tropicana Field, which, again, might as well be inflated with helium, for crying out loud. The ball jumps out of that place.
It does?
Yes, it does. You can hit home runs there especially to the right side. So that place
How many different ways can you dismiss a home run by Marcelo Mayer?
I got another half dozen if you want them. That thing was a freaking meatball in the middle of the plate. It hung right there, and he hammered it. Yay, good for him.
Visit NorthShore.com today for North Shore Adult Diapers. That is what has crawled up Maz's ass. It's a way to get into the Marcelo Mayer story in the Globe and this thing from over the weekend. Did you follow this over the weekend, Maz?
I saw a little of it, but to say I followed it is a little strong.
I was oblivious. It was an online thing, I guess. Headline, building block or trading block. For now, Red Sox taking the long view with Marcelo Mayer. Alex Spear writes that a rumor flickered in baseball circles on Monday, briefly lighting up the phones of a number of executives. Craig Breslow was among them. Quote, I had someone reach out to me and say, is it accurate to say you traded Marcelo Mayer to the Diamondbacks? Recounted the Red Sox CBO. Quote, there's some things that you see and you're like, okay, that's not accurate, but at least I understand where it came from. And then there are things that are just blatantly false and don't deserve a ton of attention. And this falls into that category. Spear writes, end quote, Spear writes the Sox had not traded Mayer to Arizona. Though the Sox and D-backs had discussed the possibility of including Mayer in a package for star second baseman Ketel Marte in the offseason. The Diamondbacks wanted Mayer in such a deal, and the Sox refused to include him. Multiple industry sources suggested there wasn't or weren't active talks involving a deal of Mayer to the desert. Murray, you see a little
Yeah, I felt like Craig Breslow came off and with that quote, like some things you see and you're like, okay, that's not accurate, but I understand where it comes from. And there's things that are blatantly false and don't deserve a lot of attention. Like he's acting personally offended that Marcelo Mayer's name was thrown around in any kind of trade here with Arizona when, again, as it's pointed out in the story by Spear, back in December.
They were just talking about him a few months ago.
They were talking about it. He was the hang-up, unfortunately, in the trade for Ketel Marte. I would think you'd be mad you didn't make that deal at this point.
So don't
act personal. Where's this coming from?
Yeah, like there's some you could say, well, at least you know where it's coming from. Well, you can't see where this is coming from if you were just talking about him 4 months ago or whatever.
Exactly right.
Jesus. Do you think they were talking about Marcelo Mayer?
Yes, I do. And in fact,
smirk.
Well, no, I don't know that for a fact, but I would argue that, if you told me that ownership had some sort of discussion about it without Breslow knowing, I'd believe it.
Okay, so now here's the question. Buster Olney says ownership is among those making calls on players. And Craig Breslow says not one iota of truth to it. Is it possible that the owner's doing things and operating without the knowledge of Craig Breslow, independent of Craig Breslow?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that they've put him on the pay no mind list. We're going to do this business on our own. Yeah,
We're just
absolutely.
gonna ignore that dweeb and do this on our own.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that happening. And again, that's how the Devers deal went down, if you ask me. They basically said, we can dump the contract, get rid of him. And they told him to get rid of him. So he did it. And there was something that happened recently with Marte, and I can't remember what it was, because he's been kind of a pain in the ass in Arizona, on top of the fact, that's really one of the reasons they want to get rid of him beyond the money. That, there was something that happened with him again recently because his
he got
team
benched for not running out of ground ball or displaying something.
So there you go. And it was like the latest incident that happened with him. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least bit if they looked at him and said, we got to get rid of this guy. When we get a chance, let's dump him. And the Red Sox called and said, okay, let's figure out the money. I still wouldn't rule it out.
Spear writes, Meyer didn't sound terribly concerned about those rumors. Quote, I'm here to play baseball, not read Twitter, said Meyer. Spear writes, but while Meyer remains with the Red Sox, his performance for them merits scrutiny. After going 1 for 2 at the solo home run last night, the 23-year-old has a .222 batting average. His .592 OPS is among the lowest of any player in the big leagues. More concerning, Meyer's production has diminished as the season has progressed. Since May 7th, he's hitting 176. And I'm not going to give you those slash line numbers. I just take those and shove them up Maz's ass through the adult North Shore diapers. He's slashing 176, 222, 257. When you read that,
taking a lot of liberties with my backside.
Doesn't your brain just glaze over when you start reading the slash line stuff?
Yes.
F the slash line.
Yes.
Just stick with batting average. OPS I get. When you add the last two on the slash line, just add those together and give me the OPS. Stop with the slash line stuff.
I agree.
I just can't automatically tell you about OPS and I'm sorry, I can about OPS, but about OBP and slug, I just stop it. Just give me his batting average. And then if you have to, his OPS. Anyway, he's hitting 176 since May 7th.
176.
He's been making contact, though, Maz, with just a 16% strikeout rate during the slump.
Great.
And then on Monday, Meyer demolished, Maz, a left-on-left sweeper from Rays starter Ian Seymour.
Because it didn't sweep.
And launched it up 401 feet into the seats in right center.
He did.
It was the sort of swing the Sox need to see with greater frequency and believe Meyer can produce and learn to produce by staying in the big leagues. And some of the specifics that give the Sox optimism about Meyer are this. He's showing excellent bat speed. He's making contact. He's narrowed holes in his swing, parentheses, making more and better contact against off-speed pitches at the bottom of the zone. Mm-hmm. His contact point is shifting forward to allow him to get the ball off the ground.
Yay.
And he's doing the behind-the-scenes work that the team believes will yield improved in-game results. That is an incredibly detailed, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
That why the team is saying that they're optimistic on Meyer? Again.
Almost like they're trying to give a sales pitch.
Bat speed. He's narrowed the holes in his swing, making more and better contact against off-speed pitches at the bottom of the zone.
Yep.
His contact point is shifting forward, and he's doing the behind-the-scenes. But that's the team feeding Alex Spear directly.
Definitely.
Alex.
The sales pitch is what it is.
Alex is great, and he's detail-oriented. Do you think Alex Spear can really pick up the contact point?
There might be data on that he has.
Is there?
Maybe. I'm sure there is.
His contact point is shifting forward. It's that detailed. But you can tell me where he's contacting forward in his stance versus back in his stance.
But I agree with your assessment.
Holy Jesus!
That someone told him that,
and Alex knows that the hole in his swing, he's making better contact against off-speed pitches at the bottom of the zone. That's just really wonky, detailed stuff.
I'm telling you, that is a sales pitch. They're trying to market him to other teams.
He also, Meyer, began implementing a small pre-swing toe tap, while hitting in the cage prior to Saturday's rainout in New York. You see how detailed this is?
Yeah, the toe tap thing's a common mechanism, but keep going.
Most recently, he began implementing a small pre-swing toe tap while hitting in the cage prior to Saturday's rainout in New York.
To get his feet down in time.
His at-bats both on Sunday against the Yanks and Monday against the Rays suggested to the potential payoff. The Sox believe they're seeing progress from a young player in the big leagues rather than someone lost in failure.
Well, I think he's lost in failure. So you're talking to me. Now, look, I'm not telling you he's going to suck. He has the ability to be better than he is.
Whew.
I think the kid's problems are between his ears. That's what I think.
The Red Sox are 10 games under 500. 10. They epically suck and cannot score.
And they were 7 under, I believe, when they fired Cora. They were 10-17, I think, when they fired Cora.
Does it make you feel any better that Marcelo Mayer has implemented a small pre-swing toe tap?
Nope.
No light at the end of the tunnel there?
No, I tap my toe before every segment.
Because he's also narrowed the hole in the gap in his swing at the bottom of the zone on off-speed pitches? And that his contact point has shifted forward? Murray, any optimism here on the Red Sox with that?
No, not at all.
Oh.
No, this is a sales pitch. They're hoping that some other dumb GM or head of baseball ops will see this and be like, "Ooh, no, I do need this guy."
Right, because he has more value than you think.
Yeah.
See, this is happening. It's actually starting to happen.
I see.
And didn't it say he's making better contact? He's not making good contact. He's making better contact.
Better than the suck baseline it's been.
Well,
right. So
I think they just said he's making more contact, not better contact.
I see. So because his contact used to really suck, now it just sucks.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Maz.
It's on the way up.
It is. Your thoughts, I promise. Right back to your calls after Murray gets you updated. We'll back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Maz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Maz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
Christian Gonzalez is speaking right now down at Gillette Stadium. We're going to cut it up and give it to you and just give you the relevant stuff.
You surprised by that at all?
No. They're all full of crap down there.
Maybe.
In the meantime, let's do a lightning round, shall we, Jimmy? Shall we talk to the people in a rapid-fire fashion?
The Lightning Round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Again, property damage can strike at any time and anywhere, whether it's fallen trees from a storm, a sprinkler head bursting in your apartment building, a flooded basement at your home, or a fire at your business. Our guys at Blue Sky, BLUSKY, are the only call you need to make because they take care of everything from beginning to end. So visit GoBlueSky.com. Go, BLUSKY, no E. GoBlueSky.com. Let's grab Alan in Florida. Hi, Alan. What do you got?
Well, first of all, the only thing more nauseating than this Red Sox team and Breslow was watching Kraft give a thumbs up last night. It made me sick. But anyway, this team, we make light of a guy. I know Harrison got killed last night, but we make light of that trade. I mean, Mike, you talk about they're not going to do like the Dodgers are. You're right, they're not. But I'm going to tell you something. They know how to defer money. And you know what? They make, as much as the Red Sox, the Dodgers make more because they know what the hell they're doing, and they get a team. They wouldn't have come out with 5 outfielders with a third baseman that we all knew couldn't hit. I mean, everybody's smarter than the Red Sox. Why is that? I mean, what are you going to do? Don't forget, before they hired Breslow, 10 guys refused the job. I wonder why. It's really, really, really disgraceful.
Well, there's a lot of reasons why. Do you think they pay, Maz?
The Red Sox?
Yeah.
No.
So, I mean, you can entice these guys with money.
Of course.
I mean, life-changing money.
Yeah, they've gotten away from the big contracts. They don't want to do those anymore.
No. What they pay the actual GM.
What
I'm saying is...
No, probably not.
They said, why would anyone come here? Well, give them life-changing money.
Yeah.
I mean, Tampa, Milwaukee, they don't pay their I doubt they would pay their executives at the highest end.
I would agree with that.
So do that. Mike in Maine, next on the Lightning Round, brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah. Felger, you said that the Red Sox should probably hire somebody like the Brewers general manager. The Brewers have never been in the World Series, won in the World Series one time, never won. And when they get in the playoffs, they get swept. Why in the hell would they hire someone like the Brewers?
Why did the Dodgers hire someone from Tampa who hadn't won anything either?
I have no idea.
Well, Mike.
I asked you, listen, I called you and asked you a question. If you want to ask me one, call me.
I'm answering.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a
fair
point.
point by you, Mike.
Good logic.
I really can't know.
Well, Felger, and I take this with all due respect.
Okay, babe.
You're either uninformed or you're stupid, and I believe you're both.
Okay, well,
it's an angry
Wait a
manner.
minute. You gave me an option to begin with.
No, I didn't.
You said I'm either.
I did. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to go.
Sorry.
I'll go with the ill-informed versus what was the other option? Stupid.
I'm going with stupid.
So the answer, Mike.
Okay, well, listen. I enjoy your show, and I enjoy all three of you guys. I got to hang up.
Okay, babe. All right, the guy from
Good
Maine's
talk.
got to go. He's got things to do up there.
There's a guy from Maine who's actually got a sense of humor.
Absolutely.
What he's missing is
But what does he have to do? Is the sap going to not just come out of the tree if you don't? You got to run to the tree to get the sap out of it. Go ahead.
He's got a little resin on his hands.
All right, fine. He makes a point that the Brewers haven't won a World Series, but have they been consistently winning for the last decade? Yes.
Okay. Do you think the Red Sox want to win championships?
No.
Or do they just want to consistently contend and have a sustainable, cost-controlled, consistent model?
B.
Okay, so they don't need to win. John Henry's not looking to win championships, my main friend. But the real answer to your question is Andrew Friedman hadn't won dick either in Tampa. And why? The answer is that the Tampa Bay way, the Brewer way, this stuff only goes so far. You need to spend. Small market teams don't win championships. Small market teams, if they're well run, like the Brewers and the Devil Rays, win regular season games and win a round or two, but they don't win championships because ultimately, at the end of the day, the championship teams have guys who can slug, and they got big, expensive power arms at the front and end of their pitching staffs, which the Rays and the Brewers don't. So that's why they don't win. But what you're doing is trying to find the next Andrew Freeman, who does all that stuff and then gets to an organization that can spends where he has to, and wins at a high level with a blend of the two. That's why the Mets hired David Stearns from Milwaukee. And so that's why you would hire the Brewers GM. But that's just assuming you want to win championships too. I don't even think Henry wants to win championships.
It doesn't feel like it.
The Brewers are going for their 6th consecutive division championship. You don't think John Henry just would like to be that?
Oh, he would love to be that. Are you kidding?
And then you get to the playoffs and you lose and you say, well, listen, you build a team for the regular season. After that, it's a crapshoot. That's what you do. So I think, Anyway, John in the car, the lightning round brought to you by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. Go ahead, John.
That was a great call, Michael. I would never call you stupid, but my God.
How about uninformed?
You're always informed, Mike.
Thank you.
Maybe misinformed, but there's always some information.
Fair point.
Here's my main question, and I'll make it real short, lightning round. I don't understand why anybody would want to come here because, as the guy just said, we had 10 guys try out for the job, 1 lady try out for the job. No one wants to come here. The problem with this team is, they're becoming a mid-market team, but unlike the rest of the teams, this team has become uranium inside of Chernobyl, and nobody wants to be within 100 miles of this place. The question is, what the hell happened, and how do you resolve it?
Okay, so I reject a little bit this, no one will ever come here. It's a fact that 10 guys turned him down the last time, obviously. And if everything's exactly as it is, it's not an attractive destination. But it shouldn't take much for the ownership to sell someone on, okay, so-and-so, we've hit rock bottom. But this is still one of the greatest places to play baseball and manage baseball in the league. It is a stadium that is full every night. People care. We do have financial resources. We're changing this, that, and the other behind the scenes, and we're putting it all behind you. You're going to be one of the top 10 highest paid executives in the game. And this is a new day, and it's all about you. I mean, you have some, even at your lowest moment, and this is it, you have things that 80% of the league can't offer. Mm-hmm. I don't think it takes much to turn around and make this a sellable thing. You've got to be able to do it, though.
Okay, so if all those things were to be set up the way you described them, my answer would be you're right. Okay, except that, let me ask you a question. When Bill Belichick left the Jets to come to the Patriots, what was the number one reason?
What he says is ownership, but I think that's a lie.
Okay, but go with what he said.
Okay.
Ownership. What do you think the perception of Red Sox ownership is now?
Among fans, really low, but among baseball people, is it even lower or?
Maybe. I think that's the biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
I think that people look at it and say, why the hell would I come there? And the way, look, I'm going back to something McAdams said, but I believe in it. And, not necessarily this specific point, but it's a good one. All these guys that are getting hired are all, 35 to 45, Ivy League, young families, the whole 9 yards. Why would you come to Boston to get fired in 4 years and have to relocate again?
The opportunity to turn around one of the most iconic franchises in all of sports in a building that is one of the most iconic buildings in all of sports that is full every night where people care.
Full with who?
The owner has, please. I mean, most buildings in the league aren't full with anybody. So an iconic franchise in an iconic building with an owner with deep pockets who has promised to spend and turn over a new leaf where you are the guy. You have a chance to do for us what Theo did for us a generation ago and then went to Chicago and did. And I just think it is a sellable spot if you want to sell it properly.
Yeah, I just think they've lost a lot of that. I think there's been a lot of the damage done to the brand.
We've meddled in the past. We're not going to do it forward. You get to pick your staff.
Would you believe them if they said that?
Yeah, well, you don't believe it. You say this is in your contract. You get to hire and fire in the building. On the baseball side of the building. You don't like the driveline guys? Gone. You don't like that scout? Gone. You want to bring in this scout? You have full autonomy. I mean, that's what you have to do.
Okay. I mean,
you got to turn over the whole building to the guy.
And what if it's someone who's not capable?
Then you're in trouble. But we're focused we're focused on why would anyone come here? I'm telling you, they have it at their disposal to make it an attractive destination. There is something to sell here.
I don't think they will cede the control that you think they will cede. And I also think that everybody looks at it as a really effed up place.
Yeah, it is currently, but that's in some ways that's an attractive place for someone to be because it's all upside. I turn them into a wild card team next year and I stabilize everything. I'm a hero. It's not like there's immense pressure to win right out of the chute. It's got to stabilize things. I'm just telling you. I hear this all the time.
No, listen. The Red Sox are a storied franchise. They should have all that in their favor. I just don't think it's there as much as it used to be.
Long commercial-free segment comes your way next.
Felger and Maz continue on the Sports Hub.
Has anything changed? Do you feel still you want to remain a Patriot for the rest of your career?
Yeah, for sure. Of course I want to be here. I've said this multiple times. I've been drafted here. I want to be rewarded as a Patriot, and I love this town. I love this city. So yeah, of course I want to be here.
Christian Gonzalez today at Patriots mandatory OTAs, which is why he was there. Another fascinating side. So I gave you the escrow stuff last hour. Another fascinating story why there's no longer holdouts, there's hold-ins. And if you're not up on that, I'll give you a little refresher in a bit because it is interesting. Speaks again to the ownership avarice. But that's Christian Gonzalez today. So, Murray, do you have the tweets up in the reports from camp? I assume he didn't participate in team activities?
Let me pull some.
I mean, he was out there. He was in his uniform. But I'd be surprised if he fully participated, that he wasn't off on a side field or whatever the case.
Yeah, let me look. I haven't seen anything that he was actually working out.
Matt Doloff from 98.5 was down there. He said Christian Gonzalez was a light participant in team drills, just the field goal unit, and a late walk-through.
Okay.
Minimal physical risk.
Walk-through. So walk-through isn't a real practice rep.
No.
And you're just there going through the motions.
The field goal. Okay, so he didn't really participate. He was there, but
he didn't even kick it.
He didn't do anything.
I'm just giving you the reporting. That's all I'm doing.
No, right. It's good reporting. That's it.
Thank you.
That's what we were looking for. So he was out there, but he didn't do anything, as expected. So where does it stand with Christian Gonzalez and his contract? Let's just go through it, Jimmy. We'll give you cuts here. Number one. Let's start with that.
Hard in training camp. I don't know if this will get resolved before too much time passes.
Training camp, I'm not worried about that. I mean, we in mandatory mini camp right now, so that's what we're focused on this weekend of that.
Do you feel like you guys are making progress in the negotiations to get something done?
I mean, that's I hope that's up to my agents and the team, and I hope we get something done.
Okay. Number 2. This is a great question. So today, these extra days are mandatory. So if you don't show up, you get fined. Previously, the OTAs were voluntary. No fines if you don't show up. So Christian Gonzalez had not been participating in the last couple of weeks, which were voluntary. So, Christian, why were you here today and not previously? Go ahead, Jimmy. Number 2.
Can you take us through the decision to skip OTAs?
I mean, felt like I could.
Stop.
I could
How long was that pause?
That was at least a few seconds.
How long was that pause? So wait a minute. Just curious then. Why? How come you weren't here last week? Was that like a 6-7 second pause?
Great question.
Can you take us through the decision to skip OTAs?
I mean, felt like I could get my work in. I mean, it's. I was able to talk to the coaches, and we talked about it, and got some work in. So yeah.
8 seconds.
How many?
8.
Wow.
8. Number 5, if he hopes the deal gets done soon, please.
Christian, based on the conversations you've had with your agents, are you optimistic that you guys will be able to get a deal done soon?
I hope so.
Do you feel like is there optimism?
I mean, it's between them two. I mean, both sides to get it done, and like I said, I want to be here, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Is there optimism? It's up to those two.
He wouldn't go there, huh?
What do you think?
I think he was coached, and
yeah, blame your agent.
Yeah. So I think he was coached. He answered that one smartly, frankly. So the one that goes up my ass is, I want to play here. I'll play everywhere else too, but I want to play here. I'm just so tired of that answer because it's so.
Well, I mean, he talk about not bearing any responsibility here. Christian Gonzalez. Number 7, Karen Gurigian asks a great question.
Is it important to you to set the market to be the highest paid?
So if you can't hear it, she says it's important for you to set the market to be the highest paid corner. Go ahead.
That's another question that is between my agents and the Patriots and that team and what they value me at. So, yeah.
Is that where you value?
I mean, like I said, it's between the two sides.
Good job, Karen. Is it important for you to set the market and be the highest paid corner? Well, that again is between the team and my agents. It's really not. But Karen says, no. Is it important to you? And he doesn't want to answer it. So
that's because the answer is yes. That's right. The answer was no.
Exactly.
The answer was no. He would have said it.
Correct.
And look, in his defense, I'm sure that his agents had said, look, we think you should be the highest paid corner. That's what we're going for. So I'm sure they've sold him on it as well. But that's what everyone's expecting. So, and that's what he's expecting.
If he's just deferring to his agents, it's bad news for the Patriots. His agents, CAA, these guys are not there to take hometown discounts or to help the team or to help the fake salary cap or whatever the case may be. They will go for the last dollar as the team would. So just deferring to his agents is not good news for you. So then, number 8, was it his decision, or since he's just the agents are in charge of everything, were the agents in charge of him missing previous OTA sessions? Number 8.
Is the decision to miss OTAs one that you make, or one that your agent sort of advises you, hey, the best thing we should do right now is just not go?
No, I mean, we're all grown men. This is a grown man profession. We talked about it, and that's what it is.
So it is your decision? I get grown man? Okay. Number 9, does he have a deadline of when he wants a deal done?
Do you have a deadline in your own mind that say if it's not done by a certain point?
I mean, I feel like that's more of my team kind of got some on that. I'm not really sure.
Again, he's going to defer to his agents on that. But he's a grown man. Number 10, will he play this season without a new contract? Good question. I think I know the answer, but I think he's going to say that's up to his agents.
That'd be my guess.
But he is a grown man. Would he play the season without a new contract number 10?
Would you play this season
last one.
without a new contract? Without an extension?
What's up?
Would you play this season without a new contract?
We got a long time to the season, so
good answer.
We're still in pretty early in the off season, so I'm focused on being here, being here for the team, and doing my role and what I'm here for this weekend, and focused on that.
Okay, good answer.
Well done. He did a good job saying nothing.
Well, on that one was good. At least he didn't just say it's up to someone else. We don't have to decide that now, do we? Which is another non-answer. But if he were willing to play this season without a new contract, wouldn't he just say so?
Yeah, and also, so the right answer is I am willing to play half the season on my current contract. That's the right answer. Because otherwise, he doesn't get credit for the season.
And Vinny was just showing the video of him, quote unquote, participating in the field goal session.
He looked like he was working hard out there, didn't he?
Not exactly Jamie Collins vaulting over the center.
No, I would say in every drill they showed, did he even break a sweat?
Matt in the car, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Hey, Mike, thanks for taking the call. Listen, you were down there back in the heyday, right?
Yes.
And there's certain players that Bill wouldn't even entertain, but then there was guys like Seymour, right? You knew you play a little hardball, but eventually you're going to pay him. But what really concerns me is that Vrabel came out, I think it was the end of last year, and says he supports Christian Gonzalez. He knows it's a business decision, on and on and on and on. Ultimately, leaving it up to Kraft, and that just scares the crap out of me.
Well, they've all been up to Kraft, by the way. I mean, for the most part. Coach can talk him into certain things. I'm sure they talked Kraft into A.J. Brown. Not something he would not have paid that premium price for a guy like that unless Vrabel talked him into it. And Belichick talked him into not signing Brady. So listen, it ultimately comes down to Kraft, but he can be taught. But I will say this. If the coach is trying to talk Kraft into not signing the contract, he's got a great chance. If he's trying to, like, for example.
Yeah, this
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally.
Bill advised Robert not to re-sign Darrelle Revis. To which Kraft was more than happy to say,
no problem.
Listen, he told me not to do it.
It's like you're convincing your wife to go to Paris.
I mean, what I'm saying is, it's not going to take much for Vrabel to convince Kraft not to spend. Why do you think Kraft was malleable on not giving Brady that final contract? If the coach is advising me not to give someone $50 million guaranteed, well, I wash my hands of that. What do you want me to do? Listen, I wanted to pay him, but the coach told me not to. So, hey, listen.
Piece of cake.
What are you going to do? The harder pull is getting him to pay you understand. But either way, that's the latest on Christian Gonzalez. You want to weigh in? 617-779-0985. Otherwise, let's get to the hoops last night, shall we? 90 quick seconds for an update. Here's Big Jim Murray, and then we're right back.